let us continue our discussion on understanding the computing power of FA. Towards that end, we were discussing this language 0 power n, 1 power n, such that n greater than or equal to 1. We are also looking at this language 0 power m and say 1 power n comma m is greater than or equal to 1. We were in fact constructing a finite automaton for this. This says some number of zeros, at least 1, followed by some number of ones. So we attempted like this. There is a state called Q0 on which you read any number of zeros, but we should read at least 1 0 before we go to 1. So on reading a 0 we go to Q1, and over here we read any number of ones, and this says we should read at least 1 1 before we reach the final state. Now this clearly tells you read any number of zeros, at least 1, and read followed by any number of ones. So this clearly accepts 0 star followed by 0, 1 star followed by 1. Fine. And in terms of language, if you write it is 0 power m, 1 power n, m is at least 1, n is at least 1. Fine. Please note this part, the number of zeros that we read and number of ones that we read over here, there is no relation between them. One may read 100 zeros here and maybe just 1 1 here, or 100 zeros here, then 19 ones followed by 1 1, so 20 ones. So these two have no relation at all, and so which means this one, it does not accept zero power n, 1 power n. Correct? Because if you look at this number of zeros you read, when you come to 1, Q1, we lose the control over the count. Or rather, at this state, you only know some number of zeros have been read, but you don't know how many have been read so far. We only know some number of zeros have been read by the automaton, but we don't know the count. So now when you come over here, you read some number of ones, we don't know how many we have read, which means if you want to compare whether they are same or one is more than the other, such a comparison is not possible. Or that's the limitation of this automaton. When you are at this state, we do not know the number of zeros we have read. Similarly, when we come over here, we do not know how many ones we have read, whether they are same or one is more than the other, whether one is multiple of other, whether m equals n factorial or m is n square. All that we really do not know. So we do not know. One cannot comment about no relation between m and n. Fine, that's one. And the other interesting observation is that we read, on reading a 0, we go to set of states. So which means this automaton is a non-deterministic finite automaton. Okay, and Q cross sigma is mapping to this. So please note for an NFA, if you look at Q cross sigma to Q, then it is just a map. For example, Q0 comma 0 is mapping to Q0, it is also mapping to Q1. So this way, if you see, it is just a map, not a function. But if you slightly fine tune and then you define Q cross sigma to 2 power Q, okay, then 2 power Q is set of all subsets. Then Q0 comma 0 will be mapped to the subset Q0 Q1. If this is the case, then this is a function. Okay. So for DFA, we work with Q cross sigma to Q, and Q cross sigma to Q is a function with respect to DFA, but not with respect to NFA. It is just a map. But if you want to define a function, then what we are supposed to do is we should take Q cross sigma to 2 power Q. Then codomain consists of subsets of Q, which means one of the subsets is Q0 Q1, then Q0 comma 0 is mapped to Q0 Q1. Then it becomes a function. Okay, so this is just a remark, because this being NFA, now that you have seen couple of NFAs, you can appreciate this. Initially, when we looked at this, we said it is just a map and it is not a function as far as NFA is concerned. Now that you are matured, you can ask, can I fine tune this codomain so that one can define a function as well? And that's precisely what we have done. Q cross sigma to 2 power Q, then Q0 comma 0 goes to this. Similarly, when you look at Q1 comma 1, it will be mapped to the subset Q1 comma Q2. Because all subsets are there in codomain, defining this map is straightforward. So for this, I am saying Q1 comma 1 is mapped to the subset Q1 comma Q2. And if you see it as a map, then you see that Q1 comma 1 is mapping to Q1 and it is also mapping to Q2. It's not a function, it is just a map. But whereas if you define Q cross sigma to 2 power Q, you see that Q1 comma 1 is mapping to Q1 Q2, which is perfectly valid. Now one may ask, can we fine tune this and get a DFA out of it? The answer is yes. And what other limitations that FA has, all that we shall discuss next. So this can be slightly fine tuned. For example, we read a 0 because we have to read at least 1. Then at Q1 we read the rest of the zeros. Then we read a 1. At Q2 we read the rest of the ones. Now you see that this one is clearly a DFA, and this accepts 0 followed by 0 star, 1 followed by 1 star, or equivalently 0 followed by 0 power m minus 1, 1 followed by 1 power n minus 1. Fine. Now here again you see that at Q1 we do not know number of zeros read. So at Q1 we only know some number of zeros. We only know count of some number of zeros, but we do not know the exact number. Okay, so whether we have read 100 zeros or even number of zeros or odd number of zeros, and can we really relate with something later? That's not possible. But so this tells you that if you want to remember something, then it is not possible. Certain things can be remembered, but at this point in time, count of zeros cannot be remembered. So the question of can FA remember the count of zeros, or this answer is no. Okay, not possible. However, it can remember even number of zeros, or similarly odd number of zeros, even number of ones, whether number of zeros read as multiple of 3 and things like that. So certain things it can remember, but if you precisely ask whether it has read 20 ones or 100 ones, then we may not be able to answer. And if you really want to compare, then it is not possible. And if you ask whether it has read 100 zeros followed by 100 ones, that we cannot answer. But we can tell that it has read even number of zeros or even number of ones. That much we can answer. Let's look at that so that we appreciate this part. What is that it can remember? What is that it cannot remember? So consider this automaton. So I am at Q0. On reading a 0, we go to Q1. Then on reading a further 0, I come back here. And Q0 is my start state as well as even state. And in between you can read once. Now if you see that, if you look at the count of zeros and you read a 0, then you come back. Which means whenever you come back to the final state, you must have seen even number of zeros. To start with epsilon, or 0 0, or 0 0, third 0, fourth 0. You can read some number of ones, then followed by a 0, then some number of ones followed by a 0. So in all this, you see that it has even number of zeros. But it cannot tell you, FA cannot answer whether it is 4 zeros or 400 zeros or 512 zeros and so on. So what is the value of this even number? That automaton cannot answer. So it can only tell you it is even number of zeros. It is 2k for some k. So FA cannot answer the value of k. So it cannot tell you that it is 100, 200. That's not possible. So some thing it can remember. For example, here is the 1. So similarly, one can answer, say you have Q0, and on reading 1, you go to Q1, then I come back, and if I put this as the final state, then what is that you can accept? It accepts 1 1, then it comes back, then it goes here for the third one. In between you can read any number of zeros, so which means it accepts odd number of ones. But it cannot tell you whether it is 513, 13, 77 and so on. So FA accepts odd number of ones. So 2k plus 1 number of ones, but cannot answer the value of k. Correct? And on the similar line, one can combine these two and talk about finite automaton accepting even number of ones, even number of zeros, and odd number of ones. Answer is yes. Given these two, now you know how to construct L1 union L2, L1 intersection L2. So questions like this can be answered. So finite automaton accepting even number of zeros and odd number of ones. Such an automaton one can construct because L1 exists, L2 exists. We have given a general framework which will help us to get an automaton for L1 intersection L2, which is precisely even number of zeros and odd number of ones. Fine. So this is all automaton can do. So the simplest language like 0 power n, 1 power n, no FA exists, and 0 power n, 1 power 2n, no FA exists. It can accept even number of ones, but is it really 2 power n for some n? FA cannot answer. Okay. Similarly, 0 power m, 1 power n, where m equals say n factorial or m equals n square. So such questions FA cannot answer. Okay. It can remember something. It can remember like it has read even number of zeros, odd number of ones, and things like that. So now, how do we increase the computing power of FA so that questions like this can be answered? With just states, you can only do so much. Questions like this or this, it cannot be answered. What additional power I should give so that we accept these two, maybe to start with. Then again with that computing model, we analyze its limitation, increase its power, and slowly we go to a computing model which is close to the modern day computers. And with that we get to understand, so by understanding what is that the machine can compute, cannot compute, you get to understand the limitation of this machine. This way we get to see what additional power or what additional feature that one has to supply to this machine so that something that cannot be accepted by this machine can be accepted by this new machine. Okay, so let's discuss that. Let's see what power we are going to introduce so that the language 0 power n, 1 power n can be accepted by the modified finite automaton.